Hi guys, welcome to Unit 6, where we're going to be dealing with composite figures and angles, and you started off with day 1, which was really a review for perimeter and area of your shapes. Today we're going to be using those, and we're going to be finding perimeter of composite figures. So let's go ahead and start. So composite figures are basically shapes made up of basic shapes. So you guys dealt with the basic shapes in class, and we're going to be looking at those like odd looking shapes. They're not really just like, they're not a trapezoid, they're not a circle, they're not a square. It's kind of like made up of different shapes. Okay? Today we are only going to be focusing on perimeter, and there's 3 steps for finding perimeter of these composite figures. Step 1 is to divide the figure into shapes that you know. Okay? Make it manageable. Step 2 is then to find and label all your missing measures. So when we're talking about perimeter, we are only talking about the outside, the outline of that shape. Okay? We don't need anything on the inside. We just need to deal with those outside lines. Okay? And then step 3 is to add up all our sides for our perimeter. So let's look at example 1. We need to find the perimeter of this shape. Okay? So what I'm going to do, and what I would strongly urge you guys to do as well, is I'm going to use a highlighter. So I like to highlight my shapes. So I know I'm going to be adding this side, which is 3 feet, plus this side, which is 10 feet, plus this side, which is 14 feet, plus this side that I don't know. So that's my step 2, is finding this side. Okay? So I'm going to split it into shapes that I know. Basically, I could draw a line right here, and it splits it into a rectangle, which I already have the sides for. Okay? Because I don't need this side. That's not one of my shapes, or one of my sides. Okay? It's not one of my outside sides. And then this one, because I made a triangle, I could now find this using Pythagorean Theorem. Okay, so I have to do a little investigation first. For Pythagorean Theorem, I need this side, which I know is 3, because it's the opposite of that one. I also need this side. Now I know the whole length is 14. This side of the rectangle, though, has to be 10, because it's supposed to be even. Where'd my 10 go? There's a 10 somewhere around here. There it is. Okay, and if the whole side's 14, and I know this part is 10, then this part must be 4. And I have a 4 somewhere around here. There it is. Okay? So now, if we only look at this triangle, I have this side, and I'm missing this side. But it creates a right angle. So I can use Pythagorean Theorem. So, I'm going to label what I got. I got an A. I got a B, which I wrote a B somewhere around here. There's a B. Oh, why did I move that? I know there's a B. There it is. Okay, and I need to find C. Okay, so I'm going to use Pythagorean Theorem to find that. So I've got a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Well, a is 3, b is 4. Do the squares, so now it becomes 9 plus 16. I'm going to add 9 plus 16 to give me 25. So I know what c squared is, but I need to know what c is. So to undo that, I'm going to square root everything. So I end up getting c equals 5. So this side is 5. So now I have all of my highlighted sides are labeled with a measure. So now that I have that, I can add it up. So 3, so I'm going to do it again so you can see. I'm going to do 3 plus 10 plus 5, and I'm just going to do plus 14. Okay? So that's what I'm going to write out. 3 plus 10 plus 5 plus 14. And I go ahead and add it together. Gives me 22. And I just wrote feet because that's what they used. So my perimeter is 22 feet. That's it. Okay? So you guys are going to try this shape on your own now. Alright, and you're finding the perimeter for that. Alright, example 2, a little bit more complicated. Now this one is not broken up into just 2 shapes. This one actually is 3. So they already split it for you, which is nice. So here you have a rectangle. Okay, rectangle right here, which, because it's a rectangle, I know that these 2 sides are going to be the same. So this side is also 3. I'm going to label that. And then these half circles right here. Yes, they're half a circle. But we call them semicircles. So you're going to see that word a lot. Semicircles is half a circle. Okay, so I have a semicircle up here and a semicircle right here. Now, in order to find the perimeter, I can take all these sides of the rectangle that are like solid here, and I can add those up, but I also need to have the circumference of this semicircle, so the outside of this semicircle. Okay, so I'm going to have to find circumference for that, and I do that by finding the circumference of a circle. Okay, so I'm going to be using the circumference for a circle, which is pi times d. D stands for diameter, so the distance across the circle. So that's right here. Okay? They tell me that all the way across is 12 feet. Okay? And that this little section and this little section is 3 feet each. So 3 feet plus something plus 3 feet will give me 12. Okay? So 3 plus 6 plus 3 gives me 12. And if this one's 6, this one is also going to be 6. So the diameter we're using is 6. Okay? And for pi, we're just going to use 3.14. So I go ahead and plug that stuff in. 3.14 times 6. So the circumference is 18.84. And that's for a full circle. We don't need a full circle. We need a semicircle. So what we do is we're going to divide that by 2. Okay? So the semicircle circumference is 9.42. That is the distance right here, 9.42. Okay? And since this semicircle is also doing it, has the same measure, like same diameter, this one is also 9.42. Okay? So now that I have it, I'm going to go ahead and add them all together. So I want to make sure I get everything. So I'm going to do 3 plus 3 plus 9.42 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 9.42 plus 3. Okay? When you guys are highlighting, you should probably be writing the numbers down as you highlight. So highlight one side, write it down. Highlight the next side, write it down. Okay? Not as free on the computer. So I've got my 3 plus 3 plus 9.42 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 9.42 plus 3. Okay? And that's what they're asking me for, the perimeter of that. So I go ahead and add that together, and I get 36.84 feet. Okay? That's the perimeter of that shape. Alright? Finally, you guys are going to go ahead and try this one on your own. Not nearly as many parts to it. Okay, so give that one a try, and if you guys have any questions, please write them down. We'll go over it and practice it, and lots of fun stuff with it next class. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye. Bye.